Hello everybody, this is Joel, aka Bourbon Dingo, and welcome to episode 19 in my second series on Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. During the last episode, we didn't really do too much in the way of gathering land or any conquering or anything like that, but we are starting to try and gain some claims in England, and we're going to press maybe a little bit of combat there at some point once we finally get those claims. Taking a quick gander at what's going on in the world, there's not too much happening. Russia, Rus, and Ruthenia are really trying their hardest to recombine, but it's not really working. The Karu Sultanate has recombined at sort of the expense of the Fatimids. As you can see here, they've barely got anything. And the Byzantine Empire has fractured once again, though I'm certain it'll come back. But alright, we're going to start the clock up. And in about a year and a half, we'll have our new castle holding. Alright, we're going to send our spy master off to study technology in Gloucester. Like I said, what we're actually waiting for here is to see if he succeeds in his independence war. He's only at 9%, and I doubt he will. But could be interesting. Alright, we're going to swing back in. We're getting back up to almost 300 gold. And like I said, we're going to keep that amount of gold in our war chest. Basically what we're waiting on now is either more claims in England so that I can take more than one piece at a time. Or possibly a revolt. Or, as I said, simply waiting to see if he can claim his independence from Norway, and then we'll just take Tyrconnell. Facts. Okay, he's hostile due to a rebelling vassal. That's why. Alright, so Duchess Busilla of Lothian has once again started up an independence faction. She's currently a kinslayer. Let's take a quick look here, see what we can do for her. Consider 40 gold, but I doubt that's going to actually be enough. Well, I'll just keep an eye on her, find out what she's up to. We have another child that's come of age, so let's find a good Welsh teacher for him. He's far enough down that all I'm going to do is find someone who doesn't like me a super amount and use it to gain a little bit of bonus. Alright, the Duke of Cornwall has finally passed away. Right, the Chancellor of Shrewsbury has gained claim in one of our area. That seems to be a recurring thing. Taking a gander in Gwent, we can see that it's going to take 200 gold to build up to the next training ground. What I think I'm going to do is actually build the next moat. Alright, as you can see, Mercia. Okay, Duke Alberico of Mercia. See, I'm not sure what just happened there. I'm confused. Genoa just took a city. in Tirconel. And having not really played with the Republics any, this was what I heard was basically a bad thing. In that, should it come to pass that Mercia completely takes... Genoa completely takes this area, then the only way that I can take it is through actually fighting them. And one of the issues that will run into is not only do they have lots of little pieces of land spread out everywhere that they've taken through their Casus Belli, they also have tons of money, just that they can just keep spending. Getting mercenaries. Alright, Chancellor in Shrewsbury actually apparently got another claim on us. We're going to start moving this guy around into different areas, trying to get claims in various pieces. Alright. Got another faction that just got started up. We're going to pause real fast because I have a chance to righteously imprison someone. And that's going to be Duke Gilbert of Albany. And he's currently excommunicated. And that's why we can set up the imprisonment on him. Give me a 60% chance to imprison him, and if he's in Albany, we're going to go ahead and try that. Okay, he succeeded. I can't banish him. But I can execute him with no issue. And in that instance, it appears that his wife gains it. That might be something I do here. Is my second son... I currently have the betrothal there, but I could regain the entire barony, the entire area of Albany back. I believe we're going to do exactly that. Let's go ahead and execute him, as he is excommunicated. She does have one child, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to arrange... We're going to break the betrothal that he's currently in. And she'll dislike me for that. But we're going to set this marriage up. Looking at her, she's 20, so she's still quite old enough to have children. We're going to send that off, but we're immediately going to start plotting for the death of her heir. We're going to send off 50 gold to him and see if he'll still join us, and now he will. And in that instance, we should be able to be fine on our percentage. Alright, we have some people filtering in saying that they're backing our scheme, which is good. Alright, we have finished the marriage. I am going to go ahead and collect the gold for that marriage. Since we're up to about 679, actually I'm going to hold off on spending money because in Dyfed our castle should be close to finishing up. Now the only issue that this pulls is it actually pulls my child out of my court and into her court. But this may end up being worthwhile altogether. Alright, some point during this month we should have our castle be built. I'm going to start spending money on improving the castle. Alright, Consul Osraid is attempting to advance a plan, and as you can see, we have succeeded in gaining another area in England, a claim on another area in England. So I'm going to go ahead and use that claim. Then we're going to go ahead and move my Chancellor once again back into Dorset. I can't move him yet, so we'll move him in March. We'll move him back into Dorset, and I'll try to claim some area from down here. Okay, so they are aware that we are attempting to kill him. Don't know that his mother is aware, is she? Wants control of the bishopric of Dunkeld and the city of Perth. So apparently those are two areas that I control that she wants, and I have no problem with her getting those, so I need to figure out why she doesn't have those areas. So I need to figure out where Albany actually is. Alright, taking a quick gander, we can see basically nothing. I don't see where these areas are that she wants. It's the city of Perth and the bishopric of... here we go. It's directly under the Kingdom of Wales. I would have to, I suppose, find out who the vassals are, both Bishop Rysert and Mayor Angus. So let's go ahead and transfer those vassals over to her. I don't need them. There's the Bishop of Dunkeld. It's hers. We should have the Mayor of Perth. And there we go. As you can see, her opinion of us just skyrocketed up because of that. Mostly it's because she's content. And it appears she's pregnant. I don't know that my son has been with her long enough for that to be his. So we need to pay attention to that. Alright, once again they have failed. Let's take a look and see who else I might be able to convince. We'll send some money off to my son and go ahead and re-invite him. He won't do it because of moral qualms. Because I raise good sons. Alright, there was a third failed attempt. Okay. We have a fourth attempt. They're all being done in the same way. You would think that after about the third time that we failed, we would attempt something else. Alright. He has passed away currently. So that is good. What we are waiting on to make sure, and here's the hang up, is that she was pregnant with Duke Gilbert's second son here. So, once again, we're going to have to turn immediately around and start plotting that death as well. It seems that the people willing to help me in this one are the same ones as last time. I'm hoping that they are better with practice. All right, we can hold a summer fair. Do not believe I'm going to do that, however. I do want to hold a feast. So we're going to pay attention to when it turns November. And we're going to hold a feast this year. Alright, one of my mayors has passed away. Pause real fast as we set a guardian up, and she's 15, so just going to set up a guardian of the person that likes us the absolute least. Alright, we have some problems with some unlanded suns, but I'm not going to fight that too heavily. Alright, we have one attempt on his life. Alright, once again they found out that we did it. Thinking that there should likely be some higher penalties for this. Let's take a quick gander at my vassals. Not seeing any dishonorable sets from anyone else. Alright, my daughter came of age. We're just going to marry her off. Possibly to the Duke of Oslandet. Intertwine ourselves with... No. Yeah, we'll marry the Duke of Oslandet. Alright. Apparently Shrewsbury is being very lucky with their claims on our territory. Move my Chancellor into Dorset. What we're going to watch for is, after I hit about 50 or 60, I'll press all these claims. The daughter we just married off passed away. That's unfortunate. Alright, we're going to go ahead and... Oops. Come back down to Dyfed here. Keep trying to upgrade this barony. Alright, swinging out while we wait for some stuff to happen. The Byzantine Empire has reformed. Hungary appears to have just fell into a bit of disarray. The Kara Sultanate is having its problems. Ruthenia is still tiny. Rus is trying its hardest to remain stable. Alright, there's been some problems in the Isle of Man. Once again, with the exception of some of the foreign powers that have come in here, like France or England and Genoa right here, of course. Everybody here is basically Muslim. Alright, let's take a quick gander here. We have another person who has been excommunicated, and this is our Chancellor. Taking a quick look, our Chancellor is very poor, like exceedingly so. I don't remember him being that poor, to be honest. Does excommunicated really drop your diplomacy that much? By 5, but even that doesn't seem as though it should drop it down to below where it was. What I'm going to do is, taking a quick look at him, you can see that his heir is unmarried currently. We did actually just kill one of his brothers. But he is content. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and attempt to imprison him. And he's raised his flag in rebellion. And this works for us. Because what I'm going to do is pause real fast. Appoint someone new as my Chancellor. Send him down here into Dorset to try to start doing that. As you can see, he's got about 1,400 troops, and we're hoping no one else decides to join him, but this should be enough to take care of it. Alright, we're going to put those guys together. I'm just going to assign some various characters to lead. Defender, so no penalty there for it. There we go. We're going to send those as the leaders of these troops. Taking a quick gander at them. It shouldn't be too difficult to win this fight. Yeah, they actually fell apart fairly easily. Then we're going to walk into Ulster. Finish off as many as we can out of the group. And we finish killing them. And then I'm just going to let them sit on Ulster for a while. Alright, once again, we've had another person excommunicated. However, this one, we do not want to be excommunicated. We want her to keep ruling. So we're going to beseech the Pope to go ahead and lift that excommunication. But apparently this guy right here is just getting the Pope to excommunicate everybody. Taking a quick look, we still have our de jure ducal claims. Surprisingly, this may no longer be... I want to see something here. If I were to declare war, which I can't, I have army levies raised. Surprisingly, it's only telling me that I can only press the claim against Catanus here. There may be an issue with the claim here in Tyrconnell, but we'll figure that out later. I'm going to jump the speed up a little bit, let whatever's happening up here in Ulster speed up. Alright, my king has lost the trait zealous. We're going to keep building up our economy in Haverford. Alright, one of our guys is not ambitious. He's content. We're annoyed by that, even though personally I would love for every single vassal I have to be content. We have someone claiming to be a better court chaplain than we currently have, and he is very much so a better court chaplain. So we're going to go ahead and let him be that. and we're going to send him to research. As I said, what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be collecting more claims if I can, and I want a minimum of 4. My son wants to be married, so let's go ahead and find him someone. We don't want them to be, even though that is a great wife, he would leave our sorry, was he on? He would leave our realm, and we don't want that. So what I'd like to do is find him a wife who's of childbearing age, but has a decent set of stats. A genius there. That might happen. She's turning out fairly well. So let's marry him off to a genius. He's going to lose some prestige. That's not too big a deal. Okay, the marriage, the betrothal has worked. We've gained another claim, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. Pause real fast. So we should currently have claims on Somerset, Dorset, and Gloucester. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the king here. And I still can't declare war because I have that. I was just going to check and make sure that those were the 3 that we have listed. So in this instance, I think I'm going to go ahead and move either into Wiltshire or come up here into Hereford. I'm going to come up here into Hereford, and I'm going to just try to claim everything that's touching something I control. And if I can press all those claims at once and take a lot from him in one fell swoop, that would make me happier. Alright, we finished the first siege against Duke Artgall here. Alright, Prince Dristian has attempted to escape, so what we're going to do is we're just going to throw him into the oubliette. We tried to be nice to him and he's attempted to escape, so back into the oubliette with you. Taking a quick look, it appears that Duke Ferrant of Normandy in the English war for Ealdwyn's claim on So Normandy here is defending it, while England is attempting to claim that right there. Alright, the Duchess of Brittany has usurped the title of County of Nantes from, I guess, the daughter of one of our kinswomen. That might be why we've just had that. Or did she just show up at my court? I believe that might have been what happened. She's no longer the count there, so she fled back to our court. Alright, it appears that Duke Severin of Oslandet is attempting to take Norway. Interesting. Alright, we're thinking that Dutch Ada might fancy me, and she's been one of the most vocal problems that I've had. What I think I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and make that move. Alright, it didn't go through. If I'd have gotten if it had gone through, I would have gotten the lover bonuses for diplomacy, and would have been a lot easier to handle any issues. But we're going to keep building up my money supply. Alright, I believe we've just finished the full siege in Ulster. So at a 77%, we're going to see if he takes peace. He will. Let's go ahead and make sure he... There we go. Let's go ahead and disband the army. What we're going to do with him is revoke his title of the Duchy of Ulster. Alright. He is now just the Count of Ulster right here. Alright. Count Lucia here is trying to fabricate a claim on the Duchy of Ulster. And I could once again take that from her for... Alright. Pause once again. We have another chance to finish taking some... Let's make him end his plot there. This time I'm just going to send my own troops. In fact, let's go ahead and get about, what was that? 35 ships. I'll do that right there perfectly. So let's go ahead and swing these guys all into Gwynedd. We're going to move everybody into Gwynedd. Alright, we have fabricated another claim, so we're going to go ahead and use that. And we're losing quite a bit of prestige each time we do this, but we should gain it all back, at least a large portion of it, in the combat. Alright, let's go ahead and... Bark that army. We're going to go ahead and send them into there. We have one. They're retreating back into Tyrone, so we're going to go ahead and take care of this. What I'm going to look at real fast here while they're doing this is they've already called a truce on this war, and it appears that the area didn't change hands. It actually went to someone completely independent, which is strange to me. But what I do want to look at here is he currently has 15,000 troops at his beck and call, which I believe we barely eclipse. Yeah, we barely eclipse that. So what I'm going to wait for is for him to actually get involved in another war of some sort. Alright. Okay, Count Ardgal has died in the dungeon. His son has come back. We're just holding on to this duchy, in fact, until we've reclaimed this area. And I might put one of my children, give one of my children the duchy there. Alright, taking a look again, we can see that there's still some problems going on here. Alright, so we had another Duchess become excommunicated. Once again, I'm heavily interested in attempting to imprison her. I only have a 61% chance of actually doing this. She's in Lothian. That would put her right there. I'm actually going to send my Marshal into Lothian before we attempt this arrest. Alright. And she is currently still excommunicated. So we're going to go ahead and carry out the execution. This will put one of her sons on the throne. Alright. For 30 gold, we'll get some more economic improvement, which is good. Come back in Dyfed and take a look here. We're upgrading to the low stone wall. And alright, we have Duke Ultar of Meath is attempting to split from us. And this could be bad. Alright, we need to pull up the whole of our armies. We're going to try to, as best we can, get them all into Ulster. Alright, we're going to pause real fast and go head over to mercenaries. I'm going to go look and pick up a small amount. We're going to let them build up some morale, and then I'm going to head them off into this area. First, we're going to bring them together, and I'm going to move King Cadwgan actually out of combat. I do not want him there. Let's go ahead and send our bishop to lead the center. Alright, we've pulled up an Earl. Taking a quick gander. Son likes us. I don't believe we can excommunicate them or execute them. We can for a low hit and penalty. So we're gonna do that. Alright, and we have gained one of Duke Donchad's of Meath's siblings, I guess. Not sure how they're related at all. We're also going to go ahead and just execute him. We're going to keep pressing this war. I'm going to swing these guys around. Alright, now we're going to sit in Oriel and take it. Alright, I'm ill. Not something we want. Let's go ahead and merge these units. We're gonna head back now. We're actually in 2 fights with Count Lucia of Tyrone and of Duchy of Meath. That's because we pulled them out to take care of what was going on here. I still believe this is more important, but what we're going to do is we're going to march into here, and as you can see, they've already lost quite a few, so I'm going to wait until I can assault this area and at least occupy one area within here so that we'll continue to increase our war score there, and we won't be losing it. Not sure what just happened there. Said I lost something. Ah, we have some troops down here. Alright, there's been a person who's founded an independence faction. What we're going to do is go ahead and send him a gift. Let's jump that up. We're also going to turn around and immediately award him the ability to be a cupbearer. And that may cause him to go ahead and get rid of that. Alright, we have finished taking this area. So now we're going to go ahead and try to head back in. Not sure where we're getting... As you can see, they're still pulling up a decent amount of troops. We do already have them at a 50% ratio. I'm not sure how many areas we'll have to take. We may have just had a bit of an issue here. Duke Jord of Lothian over here has just inherited Devon. So he's got another area down here now. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start the assault here. As you can see, that jumped us up quite a bit. And then we're going to go ahead and take care of this guy. Pause real fast. We've gotten another claim. We're going to go ahead and take that. One of the problems we're about to run into here is that I'll have to wait until he's immediately done with this battle. But the number one goal here is to hopefully be done with this rebellion before... And he is willing to accept peace here. Before this battle ends, and then to take advantage of them. Right, we're going to move him up into there, and I should have now almost all of these areas. Alright, so Duchess Marjorie and our cousin will actually inherit this, so we are very much going to go ahead and revoke her title. Apparently I can't. I'm actually going to grant the duchy if I can, which I cannot. Alright, we'll have to look there in a moment. I'm going to appoint a new steward. Send him to gather money down here. Taking a quick gander, we can see that the Duke of Connacht here is also about to get his title revoked. And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing across the board around here, is looking for random people who need to have their title revoked. Alright. I guess I can't actually revoke this from him because he wasn't the one that instigated the war. I think I'm going to go ahead and ransom him. Try to pay back some of the money spent. That combat, nobody up here. Bolted, did they? No, we have Galloway. Alrighty then. So now what we're going to do is go take a look at display our siblings. No. I think I'm going to go ahead and hand County of Tyrone off to one of my sons. Then I believe we may immediately just give him the duchy as well. Alright, and then one of them needs that. I believe we'll go ahead and just hand it off to what appears to be one of the worst people ever. But he is of our family, so... Alright, taking a quick look at what we're actually controlling now. I've got my 3 kingdoms. I've got another duchy I need to get rid of. Since he was the one who got it taken from him, I guess my option is to go ahead and give it to him. Possibly. Does his heir like us more? His heir likes us more. He's not going to live an extended period of time, so let's just go ahead and award him the position of Seneschal, and then we'll grant him the Duchy of Connacht. And he'll like us for it, at least a little bit. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start it back up, and I'm going to call it quits at this speed up until the 1st. And what we're going to do is, when England reforms, I'm going to attempt to take it. My daughter needs to be married, so let's take a look and see who we can marry her off to. We're going to make it a matrilineal marriage and just try to marry her off to someone. Marry her off to this baron here. No, because that's our guy. We don't want that. Well, let's go back here then. Just take a quick gander. I'll marry him off to... We'll just set up a matrilineal marriage there. Or a non-matrilineal marriage. Alright, we have somebody who is complaining about being stuck in his cell. He doesn't like us, but his son does. I think he's going into the oubliette. Alright, we're going to go ahead and drop the speed back down. And alright, now it's the 1st. So what we're going to be doing is we're waiting currently for any issue to resolve itself within England. There are quite a few areas going on here. But we're going to wait for this issue to resolve itself in England. And the second it's done resolving, I believe I'm going to press those claims. We've got quite a few, 5 or 6. And that will expand our area into it, and we should be good. This is interesting. Byzantine Empire has actually claimed all the way out to the border of the map. But alright, I'm going to let you guys go, because this episode has run pretty long. And I will see you during the next episode. Thanks for watching.